if you're studying for your PMP right now and you're a little bit lost, when to study, what to study, on what particular day and time, watch this video and I'm going to give you a day-to-day study plan that over a period of 30 days, you can follow to pass your PMP within just 30 days. I'm Andrew Ramdiel, and I am the author of the book PMP Exam Prep Simplified, which is Amazon's #1 best-selling PMP study guide. I'm also the creator of the best-selling PMP study course, e-learning course, that has helped hundreds of thousands of people pass the current PMP exam. Let's get started. Now, first of all, if you have my coaching program, you already have access to this. If you have my e-learning materials and my study guide, you don't. So this is your first time seeing it. So let's go ahead and get started. So here's the thing. Can you pass your PMP in 30 days? The answer is definitely. I have thousands of students that have done this. In fact, not thousands, but tens of thousands of students that have followed the study plan and have passed their PMP exam in just 30 days. Can you do it? Well, the question is, can you dedicate about 2 hours for 30 days to pass your exam? If you could, I'm pretty sure you can pass your test. So I'm going to tell you what you need to study every single day, day 1, day 2, day 3, and you just follow along and you're going to pass. Now, here's the thing. In the link below, I put a link below so you can download this Word document. I put it in a Word format because in a Word document, you can edit it and change it and make it match your particular schedule. I'm going to go through the study plan with you right now. And then in the end, I'll show you how to customize it to match your schedule and how to create an accountability schedule for yourself. So it's going to be a long video. Stay with me. Please fast forward me. Don't skip around. Watch the whole video so you can get a good understanding of it. Let's get started. So here is the study plan. And it's quite a few pages that I wrote in here. So let's get a couple of things done. So it's 30 days in duration, and it's about 60 hours worth of study time. You're going to study for a minimum of about 2 hours per day and no more than 3 hours. You'll see I have some things here. Never study more than about 3 hours a day. This study plan, you're going to have to complete all the quizzes at the end of each section. You're going to have to watch all the videos. Now, I do want to point out that this study plan follows my course. So if you're using my course, this is great for you. If you're not using my course, you can still use the study plan. In theory, all PMP courses are basically going to cover the exact same material as we're all teaching out from the exam content outline from PMI. So technically, your PMP course, wherever you take it from, there's a lot of great instructors out there. You should still be able to follow this because technically we're covering all the same thing, just with different styles. That's all. Now, the actual notice, it says, I write here, the study plan is designed for 1 to 2 months to complete. They said, hey, Andrew, you just said 30 days. Hold on. It's 30 days of study time. The question is, can you dedicate 30 days? If you could, and you have the time, go right ahead and just go 30 days straight. I don't recommend that. I don't recommend to do 30 days straight. What I recommend for you guys to do, although you could finish it in 1 month, I recommend to take at 1 to 2 days off, at least 1 to 2 days off of studying per week. So what I recommend to do is study maybe 6 days or 5 days. You need a day to rebuild yourself. You need a day to refresh your memory, just to get off of the PMI bandwagon and just do other things. Spend a day with your family, right? Maybe take off Sundays, but study extra hard on Saturdays, something like that. Now, if you're in a bind and you can handle the workload, maybe you're not working, maybe you're unemployed, or your mind can just handle it, go right through it. Do all 30 days, and you'll be done in a month. But for most of us, I'm thinking 6 days, 5 weeks, 5 days, 6 weeks. If you follow the study plan, you should be certified within 4 to 6 weeks maximum. Now, I'm going to outline this day by day, and I'll tell you exactly what to complete each day. It's about 2 hours of video to watch and exams to complete over that time frame. I don't recommend studying more than 2 to 3 hours per day. All right, this is something I never recommend. Never study more than 2 to 3 hours per day. I hold 65 certifications, taken over 100 exams. And every time I'm studying, especially if I go to long hour studies, I tend to forget a lot of things. So like if I study for like 4 or 5 hours, first of all, what I study in the fourth and fifth hour, I'm not going to remember much of it. And then studying so much makes me forgot everything I learned in the beginning. Not the best thing going. So what I tell you guys to do is please don't study too much. Don't sit there for a long period of time. First of all, your butt's going to hurt. Second of all, your mind is going to hurt. Your body's going to hurt. Okay, do 2 to 3 hours and just move on. Go do something else for the rest of the day. Now, I did a video on this. I highly recommend to study in the morning. Don't study in the afternoon. Don't go do 8, 10, 12-hour shift and then come home, deal with family, and study at 2 o'clock, at 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock in the night. 10, 11 o'clock at night, you should be sleeping. If you're studying in the night, do me a favor. What I want you to do is to go to bed. Let's say you like studying for 2 hours and you're going to study from 10 to 12. No, go to bed at 10 o'clock and wake up 2 hours earlier. Your study in the morning. Always, always, always study in the morning. Do not study in the evening. In the morning, everybody is asleep. The world is shut down. Nobody's going to bother you. Don't study in the night because everybody's going to be awake. Maybe your wife's awake and you're tired. Early in the morning, the wee hours of the morning when the sun just comes up, you wake up and you just sit down, get yourself a nice hot coffee, sit down, find yourself a comfortable seat and just study. That's the way to study. That's how I do it. I think it works well. Try it out if you haven't tried it. Here's something I say. Don't study to pass a test. Keep asking yourself, how can I apply this in a project? So one of the things that people do is they're studying just to pass. They're trying to rush through the material just so they can pass their exam. And then they end up getting the certification and they don't know how to apply any of it. They gain no real value other than 3 initials. Here's what I recommend. As you're studying this, ask yourself the question, how can I apply this in the real world? How can I apply this new knowledge in projects I'm working on right now? For example, let's say you get to risk management and you learn about me talking about the risk register, the risk report, positive risk, negative risk, qualitative, quantitative assessment. You're seeing me talk and then you got to say to yourself, well, do I have a risk register in my projects? Can I implement a risk register? How would this bring value to my current real world projects? The more I can get you to implement what you're learning, the more you learn it better, the more you'll memorize it better, and the more you'll understand it more than what I'm telling you. Ask yourself those questions as you're studying. I highly recommend. Don't study just to pass a test. I've said this in 1,000 videos already. Study to apply it in the real world to become a better project manager. Okay, the next thing up now, let's go through the day today. I'm not going to spend a lot of time on this because you guys can download this and look at it. But this is going to follow my course, the way my course is outlined. By the way, if you get the course from Udemy, if you get the course from my platform, tiexams.com, if you get it, that comes with the study guide. If you get it with my live classes, they're all basically the same thing. They basically follow the same set of structures. There's slightly difference in them, but they basically follow the same set of structures. Let's go back here to this. So day 1, go through the introduction, all about the tests, all about how to apply for the test. We do some application and give you a good introduction to what this is all about. Day 2 is all about those project management terms, such as what's a project. Day 3, we're doing project management principles, and day 4 is domain. So this comes out of the PMP Guide 7th edition, which is things that all project managers should know. If you have been managing a project for any period of time, those domains and principles is not going to be new to you, but it's good to hear what PMI thinks. Now comes into the meat of the course. You got introduction to traditional and predictive. This is all the things that's going to cover in those 49 processes. You're going to learn from the process group practice guide. And then day 6, 7, and 8, 3 days, you're going to cover those 49 processes. Day 9 and 10, we're looking at agile project management methods and delivery. Notice I do split them up over days. So like this particular section here is going to take you maybe 10 hours, 10, 12 hours. That's why it's split over 3 days, by the way. Like this one here is probably going to take you maybe 4 hours, 4 or 5 hours to do. That includes doing all the practice tests. Day 11, agile stakeholder. This is about 2.5 hours. Agile planning. Day 12. Day 13, this is quick. All right, day 13, this is quick. hybrid project management, ethics. But notice on day 13, you start your PMP application. Start to list your projects, begin writing. So in the course, I have this entire section. It's like an hour-long set of videos that tells you how to fill out your application, how to write the description. I even give you a template that you can download in the course, and you can just basically use that and modify it, copy, paste it, modify it, and boom, your descriptions are done. So follow that template in there. Day 14 to 15, what are we doing? We're doing the exam content outline review. This is where I go through every single thing in that exam content outline, and I give you a good explanation on what you need to know for your exam. You guys know I created the famous PMP mindset that everybody's passing with. I know a lot of people talk about the PMP mindset. Trust me, I'm the one that wrote it in my book the first time. Here it is. It's about a 1 hour long videos. We got your exam tips and conclusions, and then you got drag and drop questions. I do a whole bunch of videos with all the drag and drop questions. Do your mock exam. This is going to be over a period of 2 days. Do your mock exam one day. Get your certificate. Once you finish the mock exam, you can get your certificate and then go ahead and submit it to PMI. Submit it to PMI. Now, the mock, I do put 4 hour day because the mock exam is going to take 4 hours to do it. So one of these days, 18 or 19, you're doing a 4 hour day. That's the only day you exceed it because you got to sit for your practice test. Now, go ahead and submit your application to PMI. Now, keep in mind, when you submit it to PMI, you got to wait 3 to 5 days. What are you doing in that 3 to 5 days that PMI is approving it? Well, you're doing exams. So to get the simulator, you guys know a lot of people pass with the simulator. If you think that's not true, just watch my live stream. You'll see all the folks that passes with that. The simulator comes with 6 mock exams. You do one every single day. Each mock exam will take an hour, about an hour to do. But what you're going to do for the next hour is you're going to be reviewing every single one of those questions. Don't forget, the simulator comes with video explanations. It's one of the only simulators where I'm just not going to give you in a written format why a question is, why this choice is wrong and why that answer is right and so on. I'm actually going to give you a video and embed that mindset into your head there. So go through it. Simulator 1, Simulator 2, Simulator 3, 4. Now notice on day 24, now notice I give you time. Watch this. Day 19, you submit your application. 5 days later, so that's 19, that's your 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. PMI should approve your application. PMI at that time should already approve it. So what do? The moment PMI approves your application, don't wait. Go and schedule your exam for 4 to 5 days later. I've got the word days there. Schedule it for 4 to 5 days later. That's what I recommend. Notice day 24. That means you're taking your exam on day 28, 29, 30th, something like that. So go ahead and schedule your actual PMP exam. Now, if you're saying, but Andrew, I'm not scoring well on the exam. Doesn't matter. You schedule it. I want you to schedule your exam. If you schedule it, you'll be forced to study. It'll motivate you to study. So please go and schedule your test on that day. Day 6, day 25, do mock exam 6. The Udemy practice exam, there are some Udemy additional practice exams you can do. If not, just do at least a simulator mock exam. Go ahead and day 26, review the mindset and the ECO review. So I want you guys to review the mindset. On day 26, that's the only thing you're doing is reviewing your mindset, review the exam content outline. This is going to take maybe an hour or two. Review your formulas. Make sure you know your formulas, your EVM, your PERT formula, your communication formula. There are questions on this current exam that talks about PERT. Now, I have you taking the exam, just a heads up, on day 28, we call Judgment Day. Day 27, get some rest. Do not study on day 27. This is the day before the test. I have some really good recommendations. Wake up early. I recommend 5 a.m. Here's what I recommend. The night before an exam, people get anxious. All right, people get they can't go to sleep. They're excited, anxiety. I have a way around that because I get nervous sometimes too. Depending on the test I'm taking, I do get nervous. So what I do is the day before the test, let's say I'm taking the test Thursday, Wednesday morning, I'm waking up at like 5 o'clock. All right. Because I want to, and I'm going to do a lot of exercising. I'm going to keep myself busy all day. So that night, boom, I'm going to fall asleep. All right. Why? Because I'm so tired. I want you to wake up early. That way, when you get to bed on the night, the day before the test, I should say the night of the test, you're so tired that you're going to boom, fall into bed and that's it. You're knocked out. I recommend waking up at 5 o'clock. Sometimes I wake up at 4 o'clock. This way you can go to bed early that night. Do not drink alcohol. If you consume alcohol, it disturbs your sleep. I know I do drink alcohol. And if I drink, I'm not sleeping well. I'm more twisted and turning than anything else. That's why I keep the alcohol to Saturdays only. I want you guys to remember, try not to be nervous. Keep in mind that this is just a test, not something that is life or death, except that you might fail. So you keep your nerves calm. I want you guys to remember something. If you're getting nervous and you're just having a hard time sleeping, always remember something. It's just an exam. All right. It's not like it's a medical exam where you're going for some kind of MRI and they may detect you have cancer and you're going to die tomorrow. No, it's just a test. God forbid you fail. You might have to take it again, but you know what? Your life is going to be intact. I'm pretty sure your spouse isn't going to leave you. Your kid's going to not leave you or disown you. Your mother isn't going to disown you. You're probably not going to lose your job. Really, nothing is going to happen. God forbid. So the night before the exam or coming up to the test, just come to that accepting that, you know what? We all don't pass on the first try. Why are you doing this? I'm not saying you're going to fail. You're doing this to keep your nerves calm. I need you to sleep your best. People say, oh, Andrew, what do I do before the test? Get a good night's sleep. That's the best thing I can tell you. Do a lot of exercising on that day. I want you so tired the day before your test. Like when you put your head down, you could care less about PMP. You just want to sleep. Because that's your best thing. All right, the next thing here we have is day 28, the judgment day, because you will be judged. I call this judgment day because you will be judged by PMI and how you just did on that day. So wake up early, of course. Don't wake up too late. I do recommend to take this exam in the morning. I'm a morning person. I don't like taking afternoon exams. Every afternoon exam I've ever taken, I've failed. I have a record. Every test that I've ever taken after 2 o'clock, I have failed that test. My personal experience doesn't have to be yours. I like taking my exams as early as possible in the morning. Exercise. Yes, I do exercise. I know you really can't tell, but I've lost a lot of weight. But I do exercise. I like doing push-ups. I like to maybe take a long walk. I always have to walk the dog for sure. So do some exercising. I need your brain in exam mode. Dress in blue. People say, Andrew, what's that thing? Why are you always saying blue? Because blue is the color of success. Add that. And you know what? You know, one of the things about dressing in the color blue gives you that ounce of confidence. Because everybody that wears it has passed. You wear it, you're going to pass too. Eat a well-balanced meal. All right. Now, what do I mean by that? Don't consume too much thing that'll bring you down. I don't want you to get a massive sugar rush and then crash. I want you guys to eat a well-balanced meal. I recommend a meal that is high in protein. Why? Because one of the things about me is I like eating, if you can't tell. And if I get hungry, like I am right now, it's coming up to lunchtime here as I'm making this video, I get fatigued. All right. I just get fatigued and I can't think straight. Eat a meal high in protein. You ask yourself the question, what can I eat that holds me up for 6 hours? Because you're going to be in that center for 6 hours. What can I eat? Whatever that is to you, eat it. Is it a big McDonald's, Big Mac, or a double Whopper, my favorite? Is it a big steak? Is it a half a chicken? I don't know. Just eat it. Whatever it is, ask yourself, what can I eat to keep me well-balanced for 6 hours? Because when you go in that center, you got 4-hour tests. You got check-in process. You got to wait for the proctor. If you're taking it at home, same thing, check-in process. Now, by the way, you do get breaks on the exam. And if you do the exam at home, you do have 2 10-minute breaks. You can eat between that. But I would try not to. Just keep that time for light snacks versus that. Don't drink too much coffee. Coffee makes people jitter, especially me. I like a small dose of coffee to wake up. Now, when I'm saying a small, here I have my Starbucks that I got this morning. On exam day, I'm not getting a venti or a large. I'm actually going to get a small one right before I go in the exam center. I want a shot of caffeine to keep me going. not to make me go like this. Take the actual certification, no matter what. I don't care what they say on that test or how much they try to sway you. Follow my mindset. When you're done, you might get your results. Why am I saying might? Some of you won't, some of you will, because if you do it at home, you're going to have to wait a couple of days, a day or two to get your exam. If you do it in the testing center, you might get a preliminary result right there and then. So then you're done. That's it. If you pass, remember, carrot cake and beer is the way to celebrate. That's the way we do it. Get carrot cake and beer, or if you don't drink beer, get some cherry vanilla Coke. I forgot the word vanilla there, but cherry Coke is good too. And then go ahead and celebrate. All right. That is the 30-day study plan. I said 30 days, but it's 28 days. I added 2 days of, some slack time in there, just in case you needed it. I call it a 30-day study plan, but it's only 28 days. Now, how are you going to follow this, right? How are you going to follow this? Now, this is the part of why I put a Word document. You're going to follow this by doing this. Here's what you guys are going to do. What you guys are going to be doing is you guys are going to now go in here, download this, and I want you guys to add in dates. I want you to create this yourself. I want you guys to say that, you know what, today is April 9th, so I'm making this video. I want you guys to say on May 30th, I'm going to be certified, on June 1st, on June 10th, whatever it is. And I want you guys to work it backwards, all right? And I want you guys to follow this. And what I want you guys to do is to put in the dates. And here's what I mean by this. So you guys are going to go into the study plan, and you guys are going to not say day one. Eliminate day one. Remove it. Put April 10th. All right, let's copy this. This is going to be April 11th. I want you guys to visualize. Oh, darn. We copied the bullet. We don't want to copy the bullet. All right. I'm just going to type it in because my word skill kind of suck. You guys get the point. 11. Then we'll do April 12, 13, 14. And you watch your calendar. Maybe you say, I'm not doing this on Sunday. Maybe you say, I'm not studying on Saturday. Or maybe this weekend I got something coming up, and you put it in there. What this is going to do is you're going to be able to visualize your study schedule. You're going to say, okay, I got this, this, and this. And now you have an actual calendar that you can follow. This, I'm telling you guys, has helped so many of my students. I literally spoke to a student a few hours ago before doing this video that showed me how she made it. It looked amazing. She followed it, and boom, she was certified. So make sure you do this. And also, this is going to help you keep accountability to yourself. You know you got to do this. You have to now, and always just keep updating it. You can always update it. If you fall off the bandwagon, hey, join the club. A lot of us do. We're always going to fall off the bandwagon a few times. Go in there and re-update it. It only takes about 5 minutes to adjust the dates. So let's say you had every day in April schedule and you missed a day or two because you had extra work or you were just too tired or maybe you were sick. You had to go somewhere. Go ahead and readjust the schedule, but always keep it updated. Never let it get outdated. Guys, if you found value in this video, if you found value in this content, can I please ask you to like the video, subscribe to the channel. It would help me out a lot. We are coming up on 100,000 subscribers if you haven't hit it already. We're going to be doing a massive giveaway when that happens. So please subscribe to the channel. I give away a lot of content. I give away a lot of free courses. So make sure you're subscribed. Put that notification bell on. And let's get you certified.